Leaders, including Tony Abbott, have called for the reformation of Islam, as you know. What impact has that call had? What sort of feedback have you had from communities about that call?
Look, the community in Western Sydney, the Australian Islamic community, have obviously problems they are confronting, and they are working out, the best way with government. And one of my roles as formerly a backbencher and now the minister responsible for social cohesion is to work with them on ways that we can assist them in dealing with very, very serious problems. And one of the things that I've said consistently is that, I grew up playing a lot of team sport, and if you're playing a game of rugby and you're next to someone that misses a tackle, do you stand there and abuse the person that missed the tackle, or do you attempt to make a cover defending tackle? The community have legitimate worries and concerns, and are desperate for government and for me to work with them on addressing those concerns. And what I've said consistently is that I don't think it helps, and I'm not the only one to say it. You talk to all the law enforcement agencies and people right around the world, that grouping up everyone collectively and throwing barbs at 500,000 Australians is not conducive and constructive, and not a way to fix and address the problems.
When you first took on this new role as Assistant Multicultural Affairs Minister, you said that you wanted to change attitudes about Muslims. How are you looking at doing that? Are you going to roll out any awareness programs that we don't know about? What sort of ways are you going to go about changing views about Muslims?
I actually didn't say that, Patricia, and people can have whatever view they want to have. What I did say was that I come from a community and a background where I have a truckload of extremely close mates that are Australians of Islamic faith. My kids sit in school, not at the moment because it's school holidays, next shoulder to shoulder with young Australians of Islamic faith. In my part of Sydney, we don't look and identify anyone through their race or their religion. It's just not how it operates.
Okay, but you are the Assistant Multicultural Affairs Minister.
Yep.
Are you planning on running out programs, doing more in the space of getting rid of some of the negative views about Muslims? Is that something that you intend to do?
Those social cohesion programs, and I know you want to keep drilling down on Muslims, my portfolio is Australia-wide, every race, every nationality, and it's about harmony. Those programs are in place in schools Australia-wide as we speak. We have Harmony Day, which we run on the 21st of March every year, which this year had the message, everyone belongs. And, this perception by some, and I say this with due respect, there are parts of Australia, I get that don't see multiculturalism and interfaith relationships like we see them in Sydney. I get that. And they are relying on media who are commentating and making commentary on it.
Do you think the media is being irresponsible in this space? You've just mentioned media.
Look, there are people, if they are basing their arguments on fact, no, but if they are basing a commentary on, I get it all the time. I've read the Quran or I've lived overseas. We live and operate in Western Sydney, and the real issue here, and I've framed this, is how you frame the problem. The real issue that we have is hate preaching. And whether it's in a place of worship or online, we need to find it and stop it. And, there are people out there that are hijacking a faith and preaching crime and criminal acts and terrorism. We need to stop it and prosecute, which happens through obviously the Attorney Generals and the Justice portfolio. But on my side of the fence, we need to promote a feeling within the local community in spots where there are populations that feel threatened with this problem, that they can reach out and talk to, whether it be law enforcement, whether it be their local MP, whether it be their clerical leader, whoever. But we need to promote harmony and goodwill as a way to combat this problem longer term.
Craig Laundy, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks, Patricia.
It's time for a break now. I'll be